Hey, what's up everyone, it's a Sport Update, and I have all your full WWE SummerSlam pay-per-view results and review for you guys right now. So let's get started. During the pre-show was the Santino Marella United States Champion versus Antonio Cesaro match. It was during the pre-show right before SummerSlam actually started. Cesaro basically dominated. We predicted that. Most of us knew that he would win, and he did end up winning. He dominated the match pretty much. He came up with the win, and he is the new United States Champion. Before it went off camera, him and Cena was like making out on camera, which I thought was kind of funny. But yeah, Antonio Cesaro is your new United States Champion. Big moment for him, and that was the first match of SummerSlam at the pre-show. Alright, so the first match of SummerSlam to kick it off was the high expected Chris Jericho versus Dolph Ziggler, which did kind of live up to its expectations. You know, it wasn't like an Undertaker Triple H match you would see at WrestleMania, obviously, but it was entertaining. For the first few minutes, it was, a little bit boring. They were going through their moves, a lot of counters, and Dolph Ziggler seemed to be in control. But then, after Chris Jericho pulled a huge hurricanrana off the top rope on Dolph, he had the upper hand since from there on, and he did kick out of a lot of moves that Dolph Ziggler would usually beat an opponent on. But in the end, Chris Jericho got a Walls of Jericho on him, and it looked pretty painful. And he made Dolph tap out. So Chris Jericho still has it. Obviously, a big win for him. This was a great match to kick it off, to get everything started, and something that would make someone excited to keep watching. So it was definitely a little teaser, a little preview for the rest of SummerSlam. And it was a great match for both Chris Jericho and Dolph Ziggler, but a huge win for Chris Jericho in the end. And definitely a good moment for him. And that was the first match to kick off SummerSlam. Alright, next was the Kane versus Daniel Bryan match. Just a little singles match. It wasn't for anything, but Daniel Bryan had never faced him and never beat him in singles competition. Kane had the upper hand. At one point, he chokeslammed Daniel Bryan after he was getting beat up by Daniel Bryan had a little upper hand. Kane countered a move off the top ropes by Daniel Bryan, chokeslammed him, and he was pissed because Daniel Bryan had slapped him in the face at one point in the match, and he wanted to put him away with the tombstone. However, with the tombstone, Daniel Bryan countered and pinned him, in a roll-up pin, 1, 2, 3, and he won. And he just walked out the ring, and Kane went to the back, and he was raging, and he was really pissed. But Daniel Bryan picked up his first ever win against Kane in a singles match, and Kane remains pissed, and we'll see what happens there. After the Daniel Bryan match came the Miz and Rey Mysterio match. Miz defending his Intercontinental title. It was a back and forth match, I would say. Rey Mysterio had chances to win, but he didn't, and the Miz also almost won, and then Rey countered. Rey went off for a top rope move off the top ropes. I think it was like that flying headbutt he does, and I think he missed, I believe. And after that, Miz took control. It was still back and forth. Rey Mysterio had some counterattacks like he always does, high flying stuff. But Miz did end up winning with the skull crushing finale. Once he hits that, you guys know it's over. It was a pretty good match, decent match, not like 5-star quality, but it was a good Intercontinental match. And the Miz retains his title, as you see there on the graphic I made, but that was expected. So Miz retains his Intercontinental title. Good try by Rey Mysterio. Good match overall, but Miz is still the champion. After the Miz Rey Mysterio match was the World Heavyweight Championship match between SHEAMUS and Alberto Del Rio. Before that, there was a little cutscene with CM Punk just throwing that out there, going into AJ's room, and he tried to tell her, it's not fair that I have to defend it, and then I might lose, and might not even be pinned and lose my title. But she didn't care, so yeah, that was just a little promo scene, I guess. But the match between SHEAMUS and Del Rio was decent. It was good. It was a little bit funny. It wasn't, as great as you would want it to be. Sorry about that. Got a notification. So basically, Del Rio had the upper hand at first, but then SHEAMUS did come back. At one point, Ricardo Rodriguez tried to get involved and threw in his shoe. He got in the ring and threw his shoe at Del Rio, who completely missed the catch, and Sheamus caught it, and while the ref was looking, just smacked Del Rio in the face with it, and then hit an Irish curse. He pinned him right near the ropes. Del Rio put his 1-2-3, and before the ref can turn around, Sheamus smartly took Del Rio's foot off the rope, and he was claimed the champion. So he pretty much stole the win there. But a good win for Sheamus. That's an upset for Del Rio. He's really pissed after that. But Sheamus retains the title in a decent match. And then next came the tag team match. Alright guys, so the next match was a tag team title match, I was saying, between the Primetime Players challenging Kofi and R-Truth, the tag team champions. It was around a 10-minute max, 10-minute or so, more or less, match. Decent, again, you know, a good tag team match. It was entertaining, a lot of high-flying moves. Titus O'Neil and Darren, I honestly thought they were going to win. It looked like it was their time to shine. They're definitely rising in the tag team division. I didn't think they would actually be, you know, a hit or, you know, become this good, but after beating Epico and Primo, they look like, you know, they're very capable of winning the titles. However, Kofi took Titus out of the ring, and then nice crossbar off the ropes, and R-Truth hit his finisher on Darren Young after Darren Young tried to roll him up and pin him, but it didn't work, and R-Truth got the victory for Kofi and himself to retain the tag team titles, and there you can see on the graphic, they are still tag team champions. Alright guys, so the much anticipated WWE Championship Triple Threat match, its result was pretty crazy, I gotta admit. So this one was the best match of the night up until Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. To be honest, it was action packed, pretty long, and I had a twist also. So there's a lot of boos for Cena and Big Show coming out. CM Punk came out, got the loudest pop of the night, biggest cheers up until the last match, of course. Up until at this point, he had the biggest hand. Big Show dominated the early part, like chopping everyone's chest with those big hands. Both Cena and Punk and their chests were like really red. Big Show probably gave him every slam in the book. A lot of big side slams, power slams, a lot of counters. He countered the AA at one point. He countered the STF. He countered the GTS. So pretty much everything was going Big Show's way. Up until CM Punk hit him at one point, and Cena was already on the top rope, and he went for a huge leg drop, and he hit it, and Big Show was on his knees. So CM Punk was right there. He took advantage, went for the Anaconda Vice. However, John Cena jumped right on top of him and went for the STF, which Show tapped out to. However, it was a double submission, you know, going on. So when the ref rang the bell, neither Cena or Punk won. AJ came out, restarted the match, and they started all over. Cena and Punk turned around. Show was right there, double chokeslam both of them. He tried to pin Cena first, he kicked out. Then he tried to pin Punk, Punk kicked out. And then Cena hit a attitude adjustment. And however, CM Punk was right there, threw John Cena out of the ring, and he covered Big Show for the win, picks up the win, and he retained the championship. So he's still the WWE champion. He's been reigning. He's been reigning champion for a long time. He's retained it again, almost 10 months now. Pretty crazy, and CM Punk's still champion. So that was the most exciting match up until Brock Lesnar and Triple H. So definitely a great match. I'm kind of disappointed it wasn't the main event at first, but definitely the best match up until Brock Lesnar and Triple H, which I will be talking about right now. But CM Punk is still WWE champion. Alright, and the main event you guys have all been waiting for, Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. This was the best match of the night, easily. Main event, obviously. But a lot of people are probably going to be upset with the result. But that's just the way WWE goes. So, Brock Lesnar was in control pretty much the whole match, using his, the beginning of the match, using his UFC style, coming out in his UFC ring gear, actually. He took off the gloves and went brawl style. Triple H telling the ref in the beginning not to call any disqualifications. It can only end by tap or pinfall. And there were points where, you know, disqualification would have been called. Lesnar had a direct blow to the head, low blow that flipped Triple H completely over. But Triple H fought back. Lesnar targeted his arm that he broke a few months back and re-injured it. And I'll get to that in a second, but that's where he was hitting Triple H the whole time. And then Triple H countered once at the ring, sending Brock Lesnar's gut right into the edge of the table, the announcer's table, and ever since then he was hurt there. So Triple H aimed for that and kept hitting his gut over there, his stomach area. And Triple H got back in the ring. He actually pulled off a pedigree, spine buster. He kept kneeing him, but he kicked out. Lesnar kicked out, and few after that, Lesnar regained control and hit an F5, but Triple H countered out with the. I mean, he put a shoulder out, and he did not fall for the pin. And then Triple H seemed back in control. He actually had a spine buster. He hit another pedigree, but this time, when he went to pin Brock Lesnar countered it with the arm bar, the lock that he used Shawn Michaels to break his arm, and he snapped. It looked like he snapped Triple H's, and so Brock Lesnar made Triple H tap, and Brock Lesnar got the win, which was needed for him in this situation after losing to John Cena in Extreme Rules. So Brock Lesnar is the winner of your main event, and that was the SummerSlam pay-per-view. So let me know what you guys thought of it. I thought it was decent. I thought it was actually pretty good, pretty exciting. All the matches were pretty good. None of them were, whack or anything like that. They were good. So let me know what you guys think. The sport update. Please subscribe if you want some more of these things. I had a full result for you guys, so please show some support and subscribe and like the video. And that was SummerSlam, and we'll see what happens on Raw tomorrow.